love bourbon. You love balls. Now put your balls where your bourbon is. Whiskey with Friends presents Bourbon and Balls with your hosts, Vinny, Colby, Anthony, and Aaron.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Bourbon and Balls, episode 17. We're back from a little hiatus. We had to wait until Colby's back healed up from that body slam. That was the last episode we did.
Back blown out.
Yeah,
I've been laying on the garage floor for a weekend.
but
we're back to health.
Yeah, we're all
didn't help anything. The Chiefs are still playing like shit.
Yeah.
They barely beat the Giants.
And Mahomes' gameplay isn't going to make him feel any better. It's not
The
going to get him
offense
back in track.
haven't won
Sensitive subject to
since.
see.
They sure fucking haven't.
Hey, but
we didn't get Deshaun Watson.
We got like the third string tied in from the Jets, though. That's going to right the ship on offense.
Making
moves.
Hey, listen, I mean,
Deshaun
you got,
Jackson.
what's his name from the Steelers?
I'm happy about that. Somebody that we
Ingram.
should have just signed.
He's
in the
got one
offseason.
sack all year, and they friggin'
But that's because he's the third string on the Broncos.
He'll
He'll be the first string on the Chiefs.
he'll be the
You guys got to
What I like about this
move
is
Chris Jones back to
that's
the
what
middle.
I'm saying. When every snap Chris Jones plays in the interior, he just dominates. And Steve Spagnuolo was like, none of that in Kansas City. Let's go be back out the defensive end where you're subpar at best.
Yeah, he needs to be in the middle. He needs to be stuffing stuff up.
Started off with like a little grind my gears segment. You want to do shot of the week?
Daniel Sorensen. We'll just stay on the Chiefs here.
Oh my
Daniel
God. He is
Sorensen,
horrible.
if when targeted, has given up a perfect passer rating this season.
Has given up a perfect passer.
He's like 21 of like 23 for like 4 touchdowns and almost
That's
400 yards.
The best thing about him is
crazy.
when they show that camera view from the quarterback angle looking down the field, you just see Tyrann Mathieu going, and then holding his head and like screaming at Sorensen.
And the funny thing is, there's 3 or 4 different shots of that same view,
In
and it's
different
not
games.
the same play.
What do you take about Matthew coming out and saying on Twitter that the Kansas City fan base is toxic?
It's the fucking Fairweather fans that are just sniffing a little bit of success, and they didn't live through 4-12 and 2-14.
It was a dumb, but it was a dumb.
Bears fans
He's backtracking, but
Chiefs fans will boo an injured Matt Castle.
You
He
know,
went down, so we're
I
not
think
below that.
I think the difference is, you guys have been so good for the past 4 or 5 years.
I mean, since Andy Reid honestly took over.
Well, when he first took over, you guys weren't.
No, even
We
without
went 9.
Smith, they were good.
We went from
But-
2-14 and started that first season. We had him 9-0. So it was
I
an
mean,
instant turnaround when he came to town.
But now you have some kind of, you're not the best team in the NFL anymore, and now you have fans saying they want to get rid of this guy, get rid of that.
But that comes with the territory.
Oh, yeah,
Plus with
100%.
social media, with how big every year social media gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're just going to get more dumbasses and more dumbasses on there. But at least the AFC is, in my opinion, still wide open. There's not a team out there that's honestly
they're really.
I mean,
the Chiefs aren't up at the top of the fucking list. Don't get me wrong.
No, but
The
you have
AFC
who is in the AFC?
you have the Titans that they beat the Bills, they beat
Derrick Henry's in
they beat the Ravens,
He's done.
and then they lose to the Jets.
All right, let's pause this for a
we're
second.
getting
Can
way
you pour
too
some
deep.
bourbon?
Yeah.
I'd like
Yeah.
a drink
Right.
here.
I mean,
I'm too sober.
I know you guys all have beers.
I mean, we've been drinking the
Vinny-
bourbon,
Vinny- yeah,
Kentucky
Vinny-
bourbon
Vinny-
barrel.
Vinny-
It's a peppermint beer.
It's Christmas.
It
Fucking
makes the tongue
gross.
feel good.
Dude.
We all like it except for.
I mean, you should mix that with the
Kentucky
Yingling chocolate porter and have
Barrel
yourself a peppermint
porter.
patty.
I'll tell you what, Oktoberfest, they had the Hershey's Porter on tap there.
that's really good.
So much better than bottles.
Yeah, I bet.
That was,
I still have those bottles in. They're fine.
I like them.
and the bottle is not that good.
I just don't like flavored things. I don't even like flavored coffee. I don't even want Maxine made me a flavored
You
pod
like
the
my
other day.
my
No
flavored
sugar. It
Speedo.
wasn't even sweet. It was. I
I don't think I told you guys a rat crawled on my calf when I was at fucking rat crawled on my
At
calf.
Oktoberfest?
At Oktoberfest, dude, I bugged.
I can
Fuck.
imagine.
Oh,
I would have done the same.
I didn't go. I didn't do that.
Oh, I would have. Full
But-
blown shrieked.
But I lift my legs up pretty high.
Like a cartoon character, just
Yeah.
running in place
Yeah.
up in the air.
Maybe I threw my wife to the ground. I don't know.
All right, Colby, talk to us about this.
Don't know a lot about it. I'm not gonna lie. Blackened.
Good start.
I do know they partner with Willet on one bottle that they do.
Yeah, but the price point is completely
yeah,
different.
yeah. This is what a $40 bottle, $50
Yeah, it was cheap,
bottle.
30
and the Willet
something.
bottle's like 140, and
90
that's
proof.
retail.
$150.
90
Yeah.
proof. It's a blend of whiskeys
fucking dope,
in
man.
black brandy casks. I don't know
Ooh.
what black brandy is. I know what brandy
Oh,
is.
you know what black brandy is.
But
All right.
Sweet Amber Distilling Co.
You know what it
Lime
looks
Bill.
like? It looks like a top that you're going to struggle with.
It does.
Look at this.
Fully wears
Touche.
tight shirt.
Touche.
Popping a bottle of
Oh,
wine.
shit.
Wow.
Sounded like a finger.
Almost smells like
Butthole.
EH. As I put my nose in, it smells like EH.
Ooh.
I have no
I'm
clue
not
what
gonna
that
say
smells
it tastes
like.
like EH, but
Yeah, well, you get me all excited
What
for
are
nothing.
I mean, have you looked up this at all? Has anyone said
No,
anything about
nothing.
this?
No.
Not a single
I
thing.
didn't realize you were drinking this tonight.
Yeah, it's my fault. I just pulled it. Well, actually, I said a few times that we were going to drink this tonight.
I thought since you have 2 bottles of Mitchell's Toasted that we were going to drink one of those.
Oh, you mean the greatest bottle that I have found?
Those are looking bourbons.
Yeah, those are.
Anthony.
Those are
I found
looking
a bottle
and
of
selling
Midwinters at
bourbons.
retail this weekend, so I was pretty excited. About
That is exciting. And if I found one of those at retail, like a third one,
Yeah.
I'd open it.
I mean, you have how much? What are you
This
doing with
is
your?
quite the pour, my friend.
No,
Jack
he
Daniels.
got it. Yeah, my
Let's get straight.
This is.
I'm
This
gonna
is
Can
open
I
it.
have some with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Touch
share
the
the wealth.
tits tonight, guys.
Did you bring it?
Half my, no,
What a
half
dick.
my bottle of Midwinter's already gone.
Half of it already?
Well, I shared a little bit with family, and
I gave him a thimble sip.
Blackened.
Chin chin.
Trier.
Oh,
That's
I don't
good.
mind that at all.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
That's
Sweet.
It's a little peppery
like
at
it.
the end, but it's good.
Sweet and peppery.
I
Like
mean,
Anthony's beard.
They don't tell us what kind of whiskeys it's hand selected, but
But they are selected by a human hand.
It could be a robot. We don't know.
No.
I'd say so.
Human hand selected.
Could be.
I'm actually pretty
Machines are taking over.
pretty upset that I missed out on that Russell's.
Oh, the store.
I went there and they were like, dude, they were lined about the door when I opened the
The
doors.
last time they had an
Which is
Elijah
crazy.
Craig store pick, if you weren't there 2 hours before they opened, you didn't get a bottle.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Because it's like the Russell
He had
Reserve's
another
a
one
good
in
pick,
there.
but the Elijah pick,
He had another one in there, another store pick in there with like some crazy stuff on the front.
they had a Huber Starlight double oaked. And that's probably delicious.
You know, I love me a double oak.
Do you know there's a double oaked of Woodford?
Mhm.
Yeah, you know how
God,
hard it is to
apple.
I
find.
just found out about it because when
Yeah.
I was at the
I've
wedding this
looked for
past
it 100
weekend,
times.
one of the guys that I was talking to, who's a big bourbon guy, has one.
Really?
He's from
I'm pretty sure it's a
Michigan.
distillery like only
Shit.
release. I don't think they released.
He
outside
went
the state.
It's
to
crazy
Tennessee
expensive
and he
online.
got it in Tennessee.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
And I was like, wait a second, a double? He's like, yeah. He goes, I'm like, have you drank it? He's like, I haven't opened it yet.
Oh,
I'm like, are you
man.
going to? He's like, yeah, I'm.
Because when you go to
100%."
the distillery, you're only allowed one bottle.
Yeah. So
Yeah, no,
I was like,
Trace is like
"Excuse
one
me?"
bottle every 90 days. Doesn't matter what the bottle is. You could buy a bottle of Weller Special Reserve, and that's your one bottle in 90 days.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff you can find on the shelf, I think you can buy as much as
I
you
mean,
want.
we gotta
but
get,
that-
we gotta.
No, that's a general their gift shop
anything.
because they only do like Weller and
Oh,
Blanton's.
like a legal thing or
Yeah.
What we got to do
Well,
is
no,
find
it's
out.
just like the locals don't come by
Gotcha.
Blanton's every day and buy.
We got to find out when this guy is at
Yokels.
Brian's
Yeah.
work and
Yeah, I know. All right,
abduct him.
We're like, yeah,
let's do something.
All right, let's
I
do
like it.
Yeah.
This is the best bourbon conversation we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Indubitably.
Let's talk news. It's time for boozy news. All right, so we have
Wow.
some
Oh,
fucking
my.
debauchery.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Let's all pick a story,
Or
and we'll run
news.
with that. You got it. You start us off. What story do you want to talk about?
I know. I was gonna say one, but I think you're the one.
No,
that
I don't
probably-
care. I don't care.
Do you want to talk about Deshaun Watson?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, so you do that. I'll do.
Is that really news though?
Them not trading.
not-
Kinda.
We'll see.
I
I'll
mean,
you
do.
wanna
I'll
talk
do.
about it, you
I'll
can.
do Henry Ruggs.
If-
Touch
Have
it.
fun.
Wow, way to start off on a fucking.
Yeah, you start
depressing
dark.
note. Jesus Christ.
I mean, the Raiders are.
Well, tell the story.
I mean, this guy goes out drinking and decides he's gonna take his car out.
It's Corvette.
up to 150 miles an hour.
156
miles an hour.
Take those last 6
You round that
miles
up to one.
Twice-
That's a
twice the
$1.60.
blood alcohol
And
level.
twice the blood alcohol.
And at
Kills
3:45 in the morning in
Common
Vegas.
Kills-
Core math said that's
kills a woman
and her dog.
R.I.P. that dog, man.
You know,
You hear a human in a story, and you're like, "That sucks." You hear a dog.
Yeah.
It's like a movie. You
John
can kill
Wick.
people all
John
you want,
Wick's
you
coming
cannot
out of
kill
the
an
woods for
animal.
this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean
I
this
always
fucking
go
drugs.
back to the same thing when I hear stuff like this. Is these guys are making so much money.
That's where my mind went.
These
today.
guys are making so much money. You
And the
can
NFL
pay
has a
somebody-
program.
Yeah,
They don't have to
fucking
pay. It's
pick you
free.
up.
Yeah, the
They'll
NFL has a
fucking pick
program.
you
At
up.
any point, you can call, and they will bring you and your vehicle
No
home.
questions asked.
Like,
That's what AAA's for. You
What?
just say your car's broken down and
In
get
the
a
lead.
tow.
In the lead.
I just don't understand.
No, I mean it's dumb. But honestly, okay,
People that have no
We
money
have all-
Uber and get
every reasonable person alive has driven when they should have, or pushed the limit on a safety situation.
Yeah.
And obviously, he was well past that. I'm not defending
No.
the point, but like this sort of thing can happen to anyone at any time, and it takes one dumb choice, like one time where you thought you were a fucking hero and you weren't, and like
Yeah.
it's literally the end of the world.
I don't get it. When you
No, it's
have
dumb.
drank a little bit too much,
Like you-
call some, I
You
mean,
shouldn't get behind the wheel anyway. But
No,
you're going
you
like
shouldn't.
7
You
times
shouldn't.
the legal speed
but
limit.
when you
That's
have
what-
it at your, I mean, I'm like, listen,
Like, that's
we've probably all got behind the wheel.
$1.60?
We've probably all got behind the wheel.
Has anyone put it up to
$1.60,
No, no.
$1.60, and he was not on a highway. This was
Yeah,
a road.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to. Have any of you guys like, hey, let's get smashed?
But I can't
And
even
then
tell
do
you
a buck
But I
I've never
can't
had a
even-
car that can do it.
honestly-
Forza. I've done it before.
But honestly, I can't even tell you the last time that I've had a few
I've had a drink.
drinks and got
Uh,
with
I don't
Uber.
remember the last
I mean,
time
we
you
have-
had a
I
few
mean-
drinks.
Yeah, I've never seen you have more than one drink.
But I'm just
I've
saying,
never
like,
seen you take more than 5 sips, quite frankly.
but I'm just saying, we have Uber now. Why not? I mean, when there's something available like that where you can
There's
literally-
everything available. Like I said, the NFL has a program too, and they would have brought his car home too.
Yeah.
If he didn't want to leave his car.
it just doesn't make sense.
Regardless, he has the money to be
Of
like, I'm going to pay
course.
30
Yeah,
bucks for
30
Uber,
Of
zero
and then
course.
I'll pay 30
need
bucks
for
and
him
get
to
it.
do it.
Listen, I've been pretty drunk, and I don't even think like, you know what? I think I can make it home. I go right to my phone.
Oh,
and
immediately.
Uber.
I
I mean,
day and
that's
age, immediately. You know how many times I've picked up my wife's car in downtown?
How many times
Yeah.
you've driven
And I am
Aaron home
happy.
just for
Yeah.
that show?
Yeah, and I am happy to
I
do
mean,
it,
2
man.
times, man. Maybe not. I don't know.
these kids have no clue what
No,
we went
but it's-
through
you know
for
what it is,
having
though?
to drive home
Yeah.
because
You know
Or
what it
like
is,
calls
though?
and sketchy cabs.
They
Yes.
spend their entire life like being spoon-fed that they're above everything,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
They're
You're
the
above the
exception.
rules
They're
of
the
school.
exception.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're above the laws. You're above this. You're above that. And like the ones who let it get to their head make dumb decisions like this. And sometimes, you know, I'm sure this happens 100 times, these stories. This is the third time this has happened. Dante Stallworth killed someone in a DUI. I forget the other guy's name.
Andy
This is
Reid's
the
son.
third.
Yeah.
Oh,
Andy Reid's
yeah.
son
I'm
last
talking active
year.
players, but
Oh,
you're
got,
right.
got hammered after
Yeah.
what the
Ah, you're
AFC
right.
Championship game, and then on the way.
But
home
you
killed
have to
somebody.
assume the ratio of how often it happens to how often something terrible goes wrong is 100 to 1.
I mean, did you see his mugshot?
No.
Yeah,
He-
he's got a cut
he-
on his eye and
I mean,
brace, neck
he
brace.
knows his life is over.
Oh,
He,
yeah.
like,
It's the look of a man that knows he's fucked and defeated.
yeah.
And,
I mean-
but you know what? What
you
else-
just gave
what-
away millions and millions of dollars.
The money?
It's not
He
even money,
killed
it's the
someone.
lion.
But I'm
He
saying,
fuck-
he
how
killed
could
a
you?
dog,
How could you kill?
Yeah.
How could you
come on.
live with yourself?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, he knows he just.
The
his life
reality
over.
is he will be back in the league.
No,
I don't
no,
think so.
Oh, he will.
no.
With the
Well,
way
there's
the-
been 2 precedents so far, and he's the best receiver of the best and youngest of the 3 so far.
Yeah, but
He's gonna get no time in prison,
I disagree.
dude.
I
Again,
disagree.
the precedent is set. He'll get no time in prison. He'll get some crazy probation, have to go on a drinking program, do this. He'll get a year suspension,
Playing Canada.
and then he'll be back.
Yeah, I think it all
I
depends
mean-
on his legal situation.
Actually, Canada won't even take them. Anyone with a criminal record can't play in Canada.
Oh, really?
who?
Good for
That's
them.
why.
No,
That's
I
why
mean,
Manziel never
If
played
he's
up there.
if he's able to play, there's a team that'll. I mean, the Browns will take him.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody will take him.
But I mean, the Raiders won't. They just release him. And
I mean, we got
team.
Tyreek Hill. I mean, what's this put Henry Ruggs in this?
And he beats his kid and breaks his kid's arm.
That was his wife.
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
What about him?
Beat his kid with a
Beat his
stick.
kid with a stick.
Yeah, but that's
First of all, that's not even illegal.
Yeah.
That's that like
Jesus,
hitting with a stitch is actually he didn't even do anything wrong, and he still got suspended the rest of the year.
I never got the. I got the belt. I used to get the belt.
I caught the belt.
I caught Chinkowski with the belt.
Mm-hmm.
But see, and I think that it was worse knowing that I was
Anticipation.
Oh man,
Yeah,
like
it is all about the
I think
anticipation.
That's the worst part.
Wait a
I
second.
mean-
So what? This was like your mother would threaten like a when your dad comes home situation.
100%.
Oh my god,
Did
that
any-
you got it easy.
Did anybody lay
You
her
don't
up?
have a tiny foreign mother that'll come at you with a belt. That's way worse.
Did you guys
My
ever lay her
mother
up? though?
chased me with a hot dog one
You
time.
didn't
That
lay
was
her
the
up
closest
before,
thing
though.
she
I
had.
didn't-
Dude, no, dude.
That's
But
not
my mom
threatening
would
at
do
all.
your dad's coming home, you're getting the belt. I've thrown a pair of fucking jeans and 2 pairs of sweatpants.
My mom
When
told
It
me
wasn't
to
your mom
listen.
that whooped your ass?
No, Reggie.
Ah, I
Reggie would
assumed it was
never.
Reg.
She'd throw shoes at me.
Listen,
Maybe hit me with a wooden
With
spoon.
pinpoint
my
accuracy.
mother one
Dead
time.
accuracy. How she? Dead eye accuracy.
I don't
But
remember.
my dad was a spanking.
Listen, I don't remember what I did, but I told my mom one time I was going to call the cops if she hit me again, and she left the room. She left the room, and I'm thinking, and this is my first house in Cape Coral, so I couldn't have been 10 years old maybe when I said it.
You were a bad fucking kid. Dude.
I was horrible.
No, I heard.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
heard,
yeah,
man. I heard.
I mean, when I brought my daughter to the school I went to, and they heard the last name, they like looked up. They're like, Anthony, and I'm like, oh god, my daughter's set for failure. But anyway, so I tell
That's
my
what they
mom.
put
That's what you did to your kid, man.
You know
I
what's so
tell my
funny?
mom-
I never put these two things together. They've been complaining all year. The fact that their daughter got the like strictest, hardest
you know
kindergarten
why,
teacher that
dude.
exists.
Now you know
And
why.
yeah, that's exactly
Yeah,
why.
And you set your daughter up for some
we
bullshit.
had the teacher conference, and they told us that if they were allowed to take a separate table and put it in the corner, my daughter would have that table. And
damn.
Really?
my table was in the
I'm so
principal's
proud of
office.
my kids. They got like glowing reports.
I heard what your daughter. Believe me, Giancarlo is the angel.
Which is outrageous, but that
yeah.
is like literally the truth right now.
Yeah, I heard about Bella
Hard,
getting in trouble.
that is hard.
I know.
You don't think I realize it's hard
You
to
don't think I'm
believe?
shocked?
Yeah.
I'm
You don't
so
think
shocked by
my
it.
mind is blown?
I mean, this kid, Vinny was afraid to
His
send
teacher-
Giancarlo. He's like,
his
I know he
teacher,
was.
his teacher literally came up to us and was like, "Please stop asking me how Giancarlo's doing. He's perfect." She's
It's
like,
your
"He's
daughter,
one."
you do it.
He goes, she's like, "We actually put him with the smarter kids in the class and
He
to
just
try and
needs to
push
be
him more."
challenged, man.
Yeah.
But like
That's all.
Bella, on the other
listen,
hand,
his
I get
teacher
emailed
is
or
like-
texted once a week that Bella was so disruptive she had to be removed from class.
That's awesome.
And
Dude,
I-
it's
I
backwards.
thought it
I'm
was-
living in a
That's
fucking.
When he told me
Bizarro
that, I was
world.
like, I was so happy when I heard that because what he told me, how Bella's an angel, showed nothing's wrong. Giancarlo is going to be the one, and now it's a flip flop. I'm like, how does it feel?
Total 180 right now. I mean, he has his
Hilarious.
moments. I mean, he's still a brat, but like for the most part, it's
You know,
it's been a little
But
bit of a 180.
what I was getting is I told my mother one time that I was going to call the cops. She left the room. And I'm like, holy shit, it worked. When you hear, do you remember like Jurassic Park where you like hear like
The water.
the water?
He's just
Like right through the
he's
water.
staring at fucking.
I'm like, why is my TV shaking? And the door swings open, and I was 10 years old, so the phones back then were like this big. The house phones were like this big with the big antenna.
oh, they
And
weren't that
she
big. Relax.
launches this phone at my head, and it just
So
I
that's
just
why it's so
misses,
swollen.
and it hits the wall and puts an indent in the wall. And she goes, "Go ahead, call the cops, but make sure you call the ambulance first because you're gonna need one."
Oh, good for your mother.
And I am
Yeah.
begging, like I'm praying to God. I'm in Catholic school right now. I'm praying to God.
Lord, Jesus,
Like,
Jesus, get on his
please, like,
feet.
I want.
God's like, you're on your own, bitch.
Oh my
Sweet
God!
8-pound, 9-ounce baby Jesus.
God
I
has
saw-
a day in his life. He's like, you're on
I'm
your
like,
own.
I'm begging her, like, just tell Dad when he gets home. Like, I saw like Satan in her eyes. Like,
I
Sorry, I'm
I
dying
think
over
my
here.
mom did hit me once. We were at breakfast one time.
With a brick.
We were at breakfast one time, and I was watching like Looney Tunes. And I remember Daffy Duck saying, "Why? I'd like to see you try." Wow.
Yeah.
You should not have picked up that catchphrase for that day, because she was like, "If you don't sit still, I'm going to reach across the table and give you a little pat on the mouth." And I said, "I'd like to see you try."
And try she did.
Holy shit, dude. In front of a fucking restaurant. My mom reached over. Not hard. I know that sounded hard.
That sounded hard, yeah.
Caught me in the face. And I just had a look of stupid on my face.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Still there. Like Anthony said so. But yeah, I was one time. And I'm like trying to hold back tears. I think I was like 6 or 7 at the time.
You did not hold back tears.
They're pouring out.
Yeah.
But I think that's the problem nowadays with these kids.
But you need it. You need it.
Parents
You need
don't
to get tagged once.
don't do that with their kids anymore. They're like, oh, they want to be their friends.
And this is
You got to get
parent
tagged once, man.
101.
I mean,
Right.
seriously,
This what's wrong with the world today.
It
By
is.
4 middle-aged men.
I mean, this is why we started the story up with Henry
Here's
Ruggs.
my story.
Believe
right?
me,
If you would have caught Chingasos, that shit wouldn't have happened.
if his parents whooped his ass, he wouldn't be doing this shit. He wouldn't be
Here's
driving.
my story. My mom used to carry a belt in her purse with her. So if we were in the supermarket and I misbehaved, she'd break that shit out. And she would just flash it. And I'd be like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I was out of line.
You know what? Let me start my 3-part apology.
I used to get hit before we went in the store and said, if you have the gimmies, that's what you're going to get. Like, I just got hit for no reason. Like, what?
You got a very
It was not for no reason.
I mean-
I'll tell you that fucking shit right now.
Yeah, if you start the gimmies and see what happens. It's like, I just got hit for no fucking reason. Are you kidding me? But like I said, that's the problem with the world today. We don't discipline our kids like our parents disciplined us. I told my daughter, I said, my grandpa and grandpa used to whoop my ass. And my parents
Oh, you
lied to
swore
her.
in front of your kid?
They said they used to give
No,
me
you
the
know
belt.
he does. I've heard this shit.
So my sister, so my daughter,
She watches our
Having-
show, for Christ's sake.
my daughter having a tablet now can call my parents. So she right away calls my parents. Did you used to smack daddy? And they lied to her like, are you kidding? Like, we would
You would
never
lay a hand
like.
upon a piece of shit
And of
cloud.
course she believes them. And I'm like, and she's like, they never smack. No, it's not true. It's like, I'm trying to tell my daughter this so she actually acts better. And you're lying to her,
You gotta hit her.
blatantly
I
lying
hit
to
my
her.
kids. Not often, not hard. But
Just enough to let them know.
I've smacked my daughter one time. and
one time,
One time.
your
and
daughter does deserve to
Oh,
be smacked.
She got me so mad.
100
I
times since
smacked
I've
her
known
one
you.
time.
I've
and-
hit her 3 times.
I tripped her
Oh.
once. I tripped her once.
Oh, she told me,
She's
she
nice
told
to
me,
me.
she told me.
She's so nice to me.
No.
I could never imagine.
She still to this day feels so bad about you eating that chip.
She's
Oh,
such a good
she
chick.
was-
No, she's
to me,
not.
Oh.
She is so nice to me, dude.
She's
so
nice to me too, but she's John
But she's also
Harlow,
spit
but a
on.
year older and a girl.
Well, that's
I
because
don't know. She's never.
the problem
she's never
is
been
you
bad.
see her when she's with John Carlo, and those two together are like Bonnie and
They're
Clyde.
bad dudes,
Like,
man. They are bad
Bad
and
dudes.
we go on vacation with these two little motherfuckers.
They're,
Like, and they get together, and then Bella's like,
Bonnie and Clyde is the absolute.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's perfect. All right.
all right, come on, let's do some sports.
Nobody's
Yeah,
watching. It doesn't even
Yeah,
matter.
no
Let's
one's
talk
watching
sports.
it.
All right. If you came for the picks, all right. We'll run
Everyone
through a
else-
couple more news stories real quick.
All right.
God, you pick a news story. Talk for 10
Aaron Rodgers
seconds
has
about it.
COVID, not playing
Yeah.
Sunday.
Unvaccinated.
Somehow the Chiefs were still the gimme and the pick'em line. They're 1-point favorites somehow.
Oh, is that the line I sent you?
No, like
The
before
Chiefs?
Aaron Rodgers, they were somehow
Yeah,
favorites to beat
There's
the Packers.
They were favored?
No. There's
They
no
were
way.
1 point.
That
gimme.
is
They were
outrageous.
a
There's
1
no
point
way.
gimme.
That
There's
is
no way.
outrageous.
There's no way.
If you looked at before we played the Giants, they were 3.5 point
With-
favorites. Then
with-
after they played the Giants, it turned to like a pick'em, like a -1.
What?
With Aaron Rodgers.
Vegas has not caught on to that. The
No.
Chiefs are.
I don't know,
playing
man. Vegas
With
doesn't
Aaron
make
Rodgers.
mistakes.
No.
What the Chiefs they are. I think.
With Aaron Rodgers, the Packers score 35 points easy on the Chiefs.
I think Love
With
is
Aaron
Jordan
Rodgers,
Love,
they
they're
score
going to
what?
score 35.
35 points.
I feel like
35 points
I
is
feel like-
That's what I'm saying. Minimum 35
I
points.
feel like Love is going to make some mistakes. I think the Chiefs are going to capitalize.
Our
I
defense,
still-
I'll say our defense has definitely been playing.
I still think
No,
with
I-
Love,
I think against essentially he's a rookie quarterback. Essentially, and
I
think I'm trying to talk up your team right now. All right,
watched every game.
he's
There's not a
also
lot
a
to
Bears
talk
fan
about.
and he hates the Packers.
fucking you Chiefs better fucking
Do
fucking
Sorry.
with
It's all right. Let Aaron go.
with
Let him vent a little bit.
quick question for you, Aaron.
I think the Chiefs can do it.
No, of course they should win.
They should.
Without, I mean,
Now they should.
but do you believe that Jordan Love and the Packers can score 28 points on the Chiefs?
Where are you coming up with these numbers?
Where are you pulling them?
I'm trying to figure. I mean,
But why does it matter?
What's the over under for that game for points?
It's low. But like the thing is the Packers have a very good defense, right? Their
Yeah.
defense has flat out come together playing really, really well. So
I don't know.
the Packers
very
defense?
good. I would say it's good.
I'm not saying
I
it's
thought they were
elite.
like underachieving.
Yeah, they are.
I'm not
bad
saying
last
it's
year.
elite.
Jesus.
Sorry.
You still got
Sorry.
that COVID cough.
Yeah.
Bro,
They
you want to switch
deserve
seats
He
with
just
me?
coughed on you. You
I
fucking
did. I
coughed.
turned
If
toward
there's
you.
not
I was like, oh
any
no, I don't
other
want to cough
side-
on camera.
Jesus.
Boom,
if
right
there's
in the
not any
mouth.
other side of disrespect from someone blatantly coughing on you.
That's absolutely correct.
We're supposed to be going on a cruise in a couple weeks.
There's
He's like,
no
if
denying.
I'm not going, you're not going.
Yeah. We were talking about how terrible would it be if like somebody got sick right before. Anyway, here's where
You
we're
just Put
at.
it in the universe, dude. It's wrong.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
wrong.
don't throw it out there. Bro.
Here's
All
where
the trash.
we're at.
All the trash.
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
The
Aaron
Chiefs
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
and Jordan Love scored
Jordan Love.
28.
Anyway,
Numbers.
fine.
The
Let's just say the
defense.
Packers defense is pretty good, right?
There we go. I can
They're better than the Giants defense. We can agree on that.
God.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Peppers is out. Peppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a low-scoring game either way. I think the Chiefs will be fine. I think the Packers will be fine.
Yeah, Jesus.
But with Aaron Rodgers, the idea that the Chiefs are favored is outrageous.
It's nuts.
Absolutely
Yeah.
outrageous.
Nuts.
Even with Jordan Love, I feel like with Jordan Love, it's a pick'em game.
Yeah, so I agree. That's why I picked the Packers.
You do.
Did you? What a
I-
douche. I
Yeah,
picked
what
the
a
Chiefs.
fucking piece of shit, dude. I said the Bills were gonna win. Fuck, change mine. Fuck the Bills. They're gonna lose this week.
Who are they?
They're playing the Jags.
Yeah, they're not going to lose this week.
And I go,
All right. Aaron, your news story, my man?
mine's 5 seconds. Ryan Pace said he was gonna be aggressive
Oh my
for
god.
the trade.
Here we go.
He said he was gonna be aggressive for the trades and nothing was fucking done.
That's because he
That's not a
aggressively
news story.
held.
Tell me another
Yeah,
news
he
story.
aggressively
Another
held.
NFL news
That's all.
story.
I mean, I really don't have anything.
Can't
No
pick that.
injuries you want to talk about?
Derrick Henry, he's hurt.
Derrick
Got a
Henry.
boo boo.
Derrick Henry.
Honest.
What a fucking week for injuries. Derrick Henry, Jameis Winston,
Mhm.
17.
Jameis Winston was off of a fucking horsepower.
Yeah.
Jesus.
17 defenders.
That's what you get when you steal crab legs.
Yeah.
No,
don't forget.
Jameis Winston's a good dude. Don't forget. Jameis Winston's a good dude. I wish him.
I
wish
like
him luck.
James Winston.
I
Me
just,
too.
With Derrick Henry, it doesn't surprise me that he's finally.
Finally. I
Because
like
he's been getting the fucking wheels ran
this
off
is
of
the
him
first
for
time in my
3
life I
seasons,
genuinely
and then-
believe
40
he's
carries
human.
a game.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Workhorse. True
Yeah.
definition.
Yeah.
I hate to see it because Derrick Henry is just fun to watch.
Well,
he's like a defensive lineman
got-
that runs a 4.40, and he's just a
But
beast.
he got hurt and he went back into the game.
Yeah.
He
like for a
told the
while,
trainer. He
yeah.
told the trainer like, my foot's fucked, but I'm going back in the game.
Derrick
Not
Henry's
supposed to pull away.
Derrick Henry's an animal.
What do you think Adrian Peterson
I don't
does
pull
for
away
the
when
team?
you pour.
I genuinely don't know, man. I like why isn't it McNichols who tore it up in the very few touches
It
he
should
got?
be. It should be.
And I think it will be.
Yeah.
It's just an insurance policy. You bring a guy like
I think
ATN
people
that's
just
gonna-
saw
You put him in
Adrian
just for
Peterson.
insurance.
I think this is a Lions situation here. I think AP gets 30% of the snaps. And
Maybe.
yeah, and I think McNichols
I'd say
is the play
25.
here. I don't think it's AP. I like
you
AP.
spent a
and
lot
I
of money
respect
on him.
I haven't. I'm still like when I say a lot of money, I'm
Like
talking
30.
like $57 I have out there right now. It's too much, right?
That's
I gotta
what
dial
for
it back.
Brown
I
last
gotta
year,
dial it
dude.
back.
What did
that's
you?
what I
How
thought
much do you have
Brown
money you
money.
have left?
I have like
Nothing.
80
I have
something
no
dollars.
money. I have no
No,
money.
I didn't do it
In
in
our
our
league?
league. No, I didn't do this in our league. I don't
Yes, you
need a
did.
running back in our league.
I had $15.
Who bought
to
him in our
spend.
league?
Not me.
I tried to spend $15.
I think it's Rodney.
I didn't put any waivers in.
Someone put 20. You said you told me you put money
In my other league, but the waivers don't clear until tonight.
Who got him?
I don't know. In our
Yeah.
league, I literally didn't even look.
Someone.
I got
Dude,
Park
I have
Stoddard.
Barkley. I have Barkley that I won't even be able to play when he comes back. My running backs are so good in this league. The best
You're
running
welcome.
back.
You're
I have the best running back group that has ever existed in fantasy
I
football.
started off with a good running back group, and I had a fucking.
I started off with a
Fucking
bad running
man.
back group and
Still have one.
had a bad running back group.
It
But
wasn't
all right.
for Eckler, man. I'd be.
Whatever. That's it for news stories. Who gives a shit? Deshaun Watson didn't get traded to the Dolphins. Deep down, I knew that was going to be the case.
Yes,
all
you
along.
did.
No. What?
You spent $46 on him.
I didn't even have $46. I guess I did.
well,
That's
you got
what
Nick
that
Nichols,
says.
baby.
Fuck, I regret that.
You told me when you
got
did
no
it
more
that
money
night.
left.
Dude, I was hammered
I
after
know.
golf.
I know.
Fuck. Damn, I didn't want to spend that much of that asshole. Now I know I have to
At
lower
golf,
it by the
you
league.
told me you spent $46.
I haven't even been on the fucking app. You ruined my night. I didn't want to spend that much on McNichols.
I
but
know.
you know what?
When
I'm
you
sitting
told
here
me,
saying-
you told me after golf how much
I'm
money
sitting
you
here
spent.
saying
You told me
that is outrageous.
I looked
Yeah.
at you. I was like,
Colby doesn't
I'm
have
like-
a fucking full team to put out on.
I'm gonna
Sunday.
have.
I was like, how drunk are you? And you're like, I'm drunk.
Yeah, clearly.
46.
You know
How
what?
much money do you have left?
Maybe I'll trade Barkley then and keep him.
You want?
How much money do you have?
What do you
want?
What do you
How
want?
much money do you have?
You just traded him to
nothing.
me.
Dude, I'm trying to make the playoffs, man.
All right. Any other news stories?
No.
We're running through picks because this show's a beautiful disaster. Here's where we're at. No one's watching. It doesn't.
Someone
fucking
has to
matter.
get drunk.
This is the least viewers we've ever had.
0.
I didn't post anything about it
You didn't post
on
it?
Facebook, but yeah, I usually share it with like everybody.
Next time. It's all right. We needed to get back into a rhythm.
Where's DJ show?
More people watch it after it's live anyway. All right, here's where we're at. Jets at Colts. Colts are favored by 10.5.
I agree.
We all took the Jets except for Aaron, who took the Colts.
Why wouldn't I?
You think
White.
they'll
Colts
cover
to win,
10.5?
but Jets to cover.
Dude, Mike White.
I don't
Mike-
give a fuck about who's
Mike-
we're only
Mike-
talking spread on this show.
Mike White's the truth, and they fucking screwed the pooch on getting Wilson.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck what it costs? If you end up
Yeah.
with a franchise quarterback,
Yeah.
I guess that
It
is
doesn't
true.
matter.
Or like the
That's
Redskins.
true.
The Redskins had fucking RG3 and then
And
Kirk
Kirk
Cousins.
Cousins,
And Kirk
man.
Cousins was the better
Yeah.
quarterback.
Apparently,
and then Dwayne Haskins.
dude. Apparently, the Bills and the Washington. football
Shut
team
the
were
fuck
about
up. We're
to-
not here.
they're
Oh,
about-
on
They were about to make a trade for
Biscuit.
Trubisky,
Biscuit.
and apparently it was between like a second and a third round pick.
Biscuit.
That's
Jesus.
hilarious.
The Bills wanted a
Good
second.
for
The
them.
Bills wanted a second,
That's some
and they were
serious
offering a
squid.
third.
but good for them.
That's some serious
Good, they're
squid.
like, he's a good backups are fucking important, man.
yeah.
Listen,
If there's ever been a season to prove
I'm
it,
gonna say this because I've always liked Trubisky. The kid's got a great heart. I think after seeing Matt Nagy not being able to coach a game, I think the evidence is fucking clear.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Trubisky
He's
problem.
100%
It's
gone
been a
this year.
fucking
Yeah, he's
Nagy.
I mean, you look at him
So,
in some of these games. he's
Trubisky's
great.
your Tannehill.
Yeah,
Like, it's the
absolutely.
same exact situation. It's
Absolutely.
like, I have no hard feelings
When
about
Trubisky
Tannehill. I wish
goes
Tannehill
somewhere
had nothing
else,
but
he will
success.
thrive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been,
but
it's
he
been
was.
proven.
They offered a third, and they wanted a second, and they
Good.
said,
Well, at the end of the
And
day,
Nagy
if-
needs
if
to
that's
go to get
depending
let
on the
Justin
contract
Fields go,
that,
man.
and depending on the contract
Well, I mean,
that Trubisky signed.
look
he's
at
gonna
some
get the
look
rest
look
of
at some of these
He's
teams.
still gonna talk
I mean, look at some of these teams though. Like if you lose your starting quarterback,
Yeah, who's your backup?
who you
All right,
fuck?
here's where we're at. Raiders at Giants.
Raiders.
Raiders -3. Doesn't that seem like a really low fucking line for that game?
No Henry Ruggs.
Oh my goodness.
Fast on his feet, fast on the streets.
Oh, you
you guys are pieces
Oh
of
my
fucking
God.
shit.
A dog lost its life.
A dog, not a lady.
You know,
We
more
all
people are talking about the dog than the fucking. person.
And rightfully so.
Oh,
Everybody took the Raiders. Next one, Falcons at Saints. Saints by
This is
6.
It's a low.
And no, well, they don't have
no,
a quarterback.
I got
Taysom Hill's
Falcons.
gonna play.
Taysom Hill has been in concussion protocol and hasn't trained with the first team fucking defense since the preseason.
So
who would be the
opportunities he got, he
quarterback?
doesn't
And
look good.
it's fucking Taysom Hill. He's not even a fucking quarterback.
If it wasn't Taysom Hill, who would it be?
Jameis Winston.
If it wasn't Taysom Hill playing, who's playing?
Who's the
Trevor
other-
Simeon?
Stu.
I would prefer Simeon, I think.
Simeon just beat the Bucks.
That's my point.
That's what I'm getting at. Simeon just beat
That's
the
the
Bucks.
Bucks.
We all took the Saints. Don't convince me. Convince that.
No, that's what I'm
asshole.
saying. I mean, Simeon is a good quarterback.
No, the 6-point line is correct because the Falcons are also the Falcons have been getting hotter.
Yeah.
This isn't the Falcons from a
Yeah.
month ago. Pitts is fucking full blown Pitts.
Pitts is
Not
who you
smell-
thought he was.
Yeah,
He's
you're
not
the one who was
smelling like
sucking
the
his
Pitts.
dick for the fucking
Dude,
last 2 years.
I knew
He's on the
eventually
trade block.
it was
He's on
gonna
the trade
happen.
block, Vinny
And it
Colby.
is happening. Yeah,
Dude,
I bet he's on
eventually
the
it was
trade
going to
block.
happen.
You know, I have an
Well-
excess of running backs.
I have 2
I love it.
top 5 tight ends. in fantasy
Oh
football.
my goodness,
Who do you
maybe
have?
we'll talk.
Schultz and Pitts.
Schultz is on the Simmons list this week.
I don't want Schultz anyway. If we're trading tight ends, it's
No,
fucking Pitts.
that's why I'm comfortable.
Who's your
All
dad?
The Patriots.
Goddard.
Hunter Henry still doing
Hunter Henry.
Goddard.
Yeah, he's doing fine. He's doing
Holy
fine.
Goddard.
I want to trade Zach Moss.
It's always a 2-for-1 with you.
Goddard, Dallas Goddard, and Moss, the lead running back
For
of the Bills.
Pitts,
For Pitts.
you're drunk.
Dude,
It's always a
shut your
2-for-1
Santa
with
Claus
this
beard up.
guy.
You're drunk.
A 2-for-1
I
is
don't
a
need
very
another.
specific
Pitts,
scenario.
Pitts is a top 4
My
tight
thing is,
end.
I don't need another.
He'll
tight
offer
end,
me a
because
2-for-1.
Schultz-
Meanwhile, I'm 3 fucking running backs deep on a bench. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do for a 2-for-1?
I need a
one.
running back
Cut
so
one.
bad.
Cut 3
Yeah.
because what's the fucking? It doesn't
Force
matter.
the
He's gonna be in.
hand towards giving you something
Jesus
else.
Christ.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
What's your argument with the Falcons?
They're on fire, dude. Kyle Pitts,
They are
man.
on fire.
El Fuego. El
Talk about-
They
Fuego.
are on
Actually,
fire.
something we missed in the news. Calvin Ridley just decided to retire on Sunday.
That's right. Calvin Ridley,
Yeah.
for mental health
what was
reasons,
that?
walked away. Me
Calvin-
trying not to cough into the thing. Walked away from football for an undetermined amount of time. How much does this lower their stock?
I don't think they didn't use it.
They weren't using him, man.
Of course, they were using them.
They were using them.
Dude,
But
you got
100%.
the double P's, bro.
you have the PP party.
Patterson, and Pitts, and I've been preaching it for weeks.
Love a
before-
little pee-pee.
a little PP before our hiatus. I've been preaching the PP.
When
All right?
you
That's
put-
a sword
when you-
fight in Atlanta.
The problem,
Listen,
The
when you
problem
put
is-
Calvin Ridley on the field, the top corner goes to Calvin Ridley.
I actually, now that we're talking this out, I don't know if I want Pitts anymore because
'Cause now the
life
best
just got a
corner-
whole lot
yeah.
harder for him.
Yeah.
What, they're not
He's
gonna
a man
put their number
champion,
one
bro.
quarterback
They're not going to
in
put a
this.
corner
His
on him.
coverage doesn't change.
If you don't think his coverage changes without Calvin
Who's
Ridley, you're out
gonna
of your
cover him?
fucking mind.
With his body size.
But now
Who's
they can
covering?
put it. They
Two
can put a
people.
safety. Yeah, they can put a safety over the top.
That's
now.
what you
I'll put
need.
Because
safety
they can.
over your top.
You will.
All right, next.
All right.
Be the best night of your life.
Bills at Jags. Bills by 14.5. We all took the Bills to cover. That's the gap in that fucking game. Like, if there's ever been a terrible game,
Every
that's
time
it.
I've looked at a line that's like 14, I'm like, oh, I can't do that. It's the NFL, and I've watched every single one of them. So fuck it, I'm picking them.
All right. This one threw me a touch. Maybe it's just me.
It could be.
Browns, Bengals by 2.5. Did that surprise anybody? You thought that was right on?
With the way the Bengals
I
are
think
playing
they-
right now,
I
the way the
don't
Browns
dis-
have been playing.
I don't think
Bengals just lost to the Jets.
I don't think the Bengals deserve
a
to be
hiccup.
favored in
That
this
was a
game.
hiccup.
They shouldn't be.
That was a hiccup.
I agree it was a hiccup. They underestimated their opponents.
hiccup.
Their opponents treated it like a Super
Oh,
Bowl.
Mike
It's the Raiders
McDaniels-
beating the
this Mike
Chiefs last
White dude
year.
might be a better fucking quarterback than we even know. If Zach Wilson's on the field, I guarantee the Bengals roll the Jets.
Maybe.
I guarantee it. I fucking guarantee.
Maybe.
I mean, you get a healthier Chubb.
I just think the
I got it.
My Chubb's
Browns.
healthy
I
enough.
got it.
When I look at the Browns-
Browns,
When I look at the Browns and the Bengals, the Browns just have a better team. Their defense is unbelievable. Their wide receiver
they're
core is
Tigers,
ridiculous.
man.
They have the best
They're
running
wide
back
receiver.
tandem in the league.
You got OBJ that
OBJ's
is
not playing.
probably not
I
playing.
know,
Jarvis
he's not
Landry's
playing.
been
He's
banged
not
up all
playing.
season. Their wide receiver core is not that
I
great.
mean,
Fine. They
Did
have a
you see
good
what
tight
happened? Did you
end,
see what happened with OBJ
decent
today?
wide
They have a decent
receivers,
tight end.
great running backs. They have a fucking
Njoku
good.
and fucking Austin Hooper.
Yeah,
Decent
Austin
tight
Hooper,
ends.
who in Atlanta looked like a golden god.
And
Like,
And then he's been a fucking
fiddle, man.
and then he's literally a
Dud.
brown turd.
Yeah.
You're
for being
right,
the number one tight end.
but that's not his lack of skill. My point is,
they don't
the
utilize
Browns have
Baker Mayfield don't like
the
him,
Browns
just like
have-
you don't like OBJ.
apparently
Exactly.
Papa OBJ
Fucking,
says
that is
that.
some fucking ludicrous bullshit right there. But whatever.
I didn't watch the video,
I was gonna say,
but
we're talking
apparently
I did. OBJ is open a lot.
I was gonna say apparently it's like pretty ridiculous.
He's open a lot by a lot. Like he is outplaying.
I was really hoping Bears would. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say it now. I was hoping Bears would have traded Robinson for OBJ straight up.
Listen,
They're gonna,
Why would anyone do
OBJ's
that?
getting released most likely.
Yeah, why the heck would
Listen,
you give up fucking
if you-
Robinson?
Because Robinson.
You know what I did? I went
not on a long-term contract.
I
It
went.
doesn't
I
matter.
went. I
OBJ's
looked.
stock is low.
And
You'd
he's
be giving up
fucking-
a 4th-round
and
pick for
you're paying
OBJ
him
at this
a ton of
point.
But I went and I looked at this. I want to see. Oh, is this video legit?
You watch the
Like,
all 22 of every game he's played in the Browns.
he's open a lot.
First of all, I
Hold
think a
up.
lot of wide receivers are
Your
open a
mother's
lot.
open a lot.
Because it's
I-
super easy to pick the 3 seconds of a play when they were open. And I will say this, I didn't watch the video. He obviously is a fucking talented wide receiver. Like, there's no denying he's a talented wide receiver. So maybe it is the fucking coordinator's fault. Maybe he's too late in the progressions. Maybe you're not building enough plays around him. Like he came out, Stefanski came out and said, like, I need to do a better job. And maybe that's not just coach talk. Like maybe that's real. Maybe like they're not doing a good enough job of using their elite players.
You look
at their
at
strengths.
some of these top receivers. And
I never liked
their
Stefanski, if I'm being honest.
their coaches literally
yeah,
tell
Fish.
you like throw them the ball. Like make sure like you look at the Green Bay. Green Bay.
The Green Bay. Look at the Green Bay.
The Green
The
Bay.
Green Bay.
It's like if you go on the
That is-
line
that is-
and
yeah.
Google the
Yeah.
Green
Go
Bay,
on
You
the line.
just dated yourself
Go
on that.
Go on the
Look at the
line.
Green Bay. Go look at the Green Bay. Go
Go-
on the line. and look at the
Go
Green Bay.
on the
Go on
line
go on
and look
to
at the Green
Google.
Bay. They're throwing to
Go on the
Devontae
board,
Adams 15 times a game if he's open or if he's
Who?
not open.
Who?
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, but who
Oh.
else? They have fucking MVS and Lazard who are.
But I'm just saying, like you throw to them
I just
because
call him Lizard.
and they will.
even when they're not open, they're gonna catch the ball.
I bet he comes back next week and he like blows receptions out of the water
Yeah,
for the next.
I hope so because I have him on my bench. right
Yeah,
now.
it doesn't matter. You're still not gonna be able to trust him.
Yeah.
All right, so here's how this one played out.
Bengals, baby.
Split. We split. Me and Anthony took the Browns. You two took the Bengals. I didn't feel like So all right, let me ask you guys a question. Are we all in agreement that Mayfield is playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just
He's
wanted to
played
cover.
like shit this year.
No, I know. I just wanted to make sure that
Look,
wasn't
you can,
the
like,
reason.
'cause my thing is you look at the teams. The Browns obviously
You're what?
have a better defense.
Way better
Oh,
defense.
you. I
you're
think we have to
stealing my
say every
shit?
time-
I
Every
did.
time you.
I
you
did.
Are you
use
stealing
someone
my
else's
shit?
catchphrase.
I did like.
No, but I look at their offense, and I think the Bengals honestly have a better offense. I mean,
Accountability.
Nick Chubb's better than Joe Mixon, obviously, but the fucking Bengals wide receivers,
Are you gonna not even talk about the second running backs on each
like
team?
Kareem Hunt that's on IR right now?
Yeah, you're right. He is an IR.
But
Even the other dude
But
fucking
Durst
blew
Johnson
it up.
is
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, he
I mean, the Browns have probably the
obviously their
best.
line.
But
The Browns
Johnson's
probably
not
have the
Kareem
best
Hunt.
offensive line in football.
Yes, it's the
Well,
line.
of course it
Yeah.
And the Browns' defense is really good.
So good.
It's their defense should be better than it's playing.
Fine. Yes.
Their
I will give
defense,
it. I
the
will
way
give it.
they're playing, they're an average defense.
I will fine.
On
But
paper, they should be fucking a top 5 defense.
without even looking it up right now, I'm confident in believing that since he's come into the league, it's an interesting move.
Since who's coming?
Since he's come into the league,
Yeah, tell me who you're talking about. Since he's coming.
Bengals quarterback
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, that I bet his stats under pressure are pretty pathetic. And I'm not looking it up.
No, most likely.
But, like,
I mean,
Obviously he was under pressure all last season. He struggled quite a bit. Like this year, like he's been hot or cold this year. And I think
he's
it's
been mostly
especially
top this year.
the Browns, if they do anything, pressure. And they're going to take away the run game. So you have to beat them deep. Like
They got
that's how you
three-
beat the
they got-
Browns.
The top 2 wide receivers on the Bengals are in my opinion, better than any wide receiver on the Browns this year.
That's fine, but the Bengals are forced to be
He's
one-dimensional
going to
here.
argue with something, and I'm not going to be able to
No.
get
Things
him.
that
He's
Joe
just gonna
Mixon.
keep fucking talking.
I mean, I like Jarvis Landry. I think
I love Jarvis
he's.
Landry.
I think he's a
Jarvis
great
Landry is better than
This
OBJ.
isn't-
I've been saying that
this
for
isn't a
fucking
dig
8
on
not
years.
the bee's
No.
knees. I get
What
it.
I say is not a dig on Jarvis Landry. as a
You're
player. He's
saying-
been
you're
fucking
saying-
hurt all year.
I mean, Jamar
He doesn't
Chase
have
is
speed,
Jamar
but he's got
Chase
hands.
is ridiculous.
He's been playing like a top
So
5 receiver.
you
I'm not
can
saying
say
he is, but
you can
he's
say
been-
he's better than Jarvis Landry, but who's their second receiver?
I'll take T. Higgins over Jarvis Landry this year all day
You're
long.
nuts.
You're a fucking idiot.
I wouldn't take
No,
T. Higgins over
no,
Jarvis Landry.
No.
Jarvis
so you're not
Landry-
going to take a healthy T. Higgins that's been healthy all year over a hobbled Jarvis
It,
Landry.
it's not the
Oh,
point.
okay,
What you
yeah.
said
How is
is
that not the point? I'm
no,
fucking
your
talking about
point
this year,
is
you
that
jack.
this is a better
I didn't know you meant.
receiver
I didn't know
than
you meant.
you said a better receiver than
I said better receiver this
when
year.
they're both
Yes,
healthy.
yeah.
Jarvis Landry is better than T. Higgins.
I agree with that. I'm not fucking talking about.
It wasn't an apples to apples. You're
Yeah.
both correct. Yes.
When I'm
If you're talking
when I'm
about Jarvis
20
Landry
when I'm
right
talking
now.
2021.
All right.
If I'm talking 2021
Here's where we're
season,
at.
T. Higgins
Anthony and
is
I
better.
took the Browns. You guys took the Bengals. That all makes sense. I get it. We all took the Patriots over the Panthers at 3.5, laying
I
3.5.
actually like
Is,
this PJ Walker kid that's going to be
is what's his
starting
name coming
for,
out?
Dude, he was
I like
great
PJ
in
Walker.
Lions
He was in the.
football.
He went to
Yeah,
the AFL.
That's
Well,
what
it's
his
not
name
XFL.
X-
He's
no,
XFL.
no.
No, he was in Lions.
Yeah. he was-
XFL is coming out next year.
is. McCaffrey playing?
Probably not. I don't think you can just. He's
off
on
the
IR.
He's off the
Is he?
IR.
They
but he's
started-
not.
He's
I thought they
eligible.
just-
He's
he's
eligible.
eligible to
He's
come off.
eligible.
He's
He's
off
eligible.
the IR, but he's not.
I could've
No,
sworn
I
he-
don't think they actually took him off. He's
No,
eligible.
he's eligible to come
I
off
thought
the
he was
IR.
Did they?
He's eligible.
They
I thought
started
he was
the
off.
time period. He has
Yeah, I think
21
he's
days
just
to come
eligible.
off, or he's done.
This 21 days started, then he is off.
yes.
I
Yeah,
could've
then he is
swore
off
They
then.
just literally put him on
Today.
IR like a week ago. That feels
No,
like
he's
3 weeks.
been. I
Feels
thought he's
like
been
that.
on.
And
All
they gave him. They started the 21 days today.
Broncos at Cowboys. Cowboys are laying 9.5. We all took Cowboys. Here's our next disagreement. Vikings at Ravens. Ravens are favored by 6.
Who picked the Vikings on that?
I picked the Vikings to come.
I did not.
Anthony and Aaron took the Ravens.
Yeah.
And Colby and I took the
I can
Vikings.
see it either way.
I could see it either way as well.
Like a bisexual.
We all I actually took the Vikings to win.
I could see that.
The Ravens have been trash.
The Ravens are either
Who
playing
did the
like
Vikings lose to last week?
The Cowboys without Dak.
Yeah.
the Cowboys without Dak are still a great.
Yeah, they're still the
football
fucking Cowboys,
team.
first of all.
Zeke, you still have
Can you not
CeeDee
take that
Lamb,
down?
Amari Cooper.
Okay, I know I'm like sucking wide receiver core dick here,
You are.
but
Hardcore,
like
bro.
the Cowboys have a good wide receiver core,
They have
legitimately good.
One of the best
And
wide
great,
receiver
and
corps.
great running back
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
Pollard and
Yeah.
Zeke.
and a great offensive
So-
line,
yeah,
and a great tight ends.
yeah. The Cowboys
getting
are
sexual
fuck-
here, bro.
yeah. The
Stop getting
Cowboys
Their tight
are
ends are
I
stacked.
do have a tight end.
Dak is great. What?
I do have a tight end.
Yeah, right.
He was looking at
Dude,
me.
that thing's blown out, bro. Like a
He
tire.
looked in my eyes when he said "great tight end," so I thought it was.
I mean, I did look into your.
Yeah, I thought we had a
I-
moment.
I just think
It was a moment.
I know the
still
Cowboys'
worried.
defense isn't great, but like the Ravens have been overrated for 3 years, and the Cowboys are legitimately. Nope, the Vikings are a fucking legitimately good
Here we
team.
go.
Nah, they are. I like the Vikings.
I'm just
I like
glad.
that.
I'm glad Vinny lets me know I'm sober. That's all.
No, I like the Vikings.
I don't know, like what I.
Fuck them.
It'll be a
I
healthy
get they-
Dolphins
they lost
Cowboys-
to Cowboys,
healthy dose.
Hopefully, not the front teeth.
Justin
Texans
Jefferson.
at Dolphins. Dolphins are laying 6.5, which actually surprised me.
I
I
can't
almost
believe
took the Texans.
I almost took the Texans too.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what?
I did not.
I really think the Dolphins should win this game.
Oh, they will.
I
They'll
was
win.
They
confident that
played
No doubt.
really
I'm
well
not saying
against
to
last
win.
week against
I'm
the Bills.
talking.
Like,
After
I was a little-
Tua
at
said,
halftime,
don't
I was a
feel
little
like I
nervous,
want it
like-
here, dude. I feel like Tua's got the biggest fucking chip on his shoulder, and he's gonna
Good.
ball out.
I'm rooting for
Tua
Tua.
has played
South
well.
Ball.
the
I
last
have
three
never.
weeks.
Listen. I have
Southpaw.
never once blamed Tua for any of our losses. Like Tua is not the problem on our team right now.
No,
You got too many.
you have too many
No,
quarters.
too
You have
many-
two
yes.
coordinators.
But our offense has been fine lately. It's our defense, which is embarrassing to say. We have I think the second worst defense in the NFL.
Before the season.
Who's the
There's-
worst?
there's
Who's the worst?
Before the season, all you were talking about was how good your defense was.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we're going to the
I'm
second
not
half
saying
of the season. Brian Flores, the second half
That's
coach. It all
true.
makes sense. They're
Brian
about to-
Flores will not be the coach of the Dolphins next year if they continue on this
If they
path.
don't win, like
If
If
7
they
games,
lose,
it's like
if
7.
they lose to the Texans,
I'm not.
I
sure.
believe-
I don't
No.
think they will.
He'll
I
finish
don't
the
think
season.
they
There's
will.
no
100%,
scenario he doesn't
yeah.
finish the season.
but if he loses to the Texans, I mean, who else do you guys play that? You can-
Flores got a bad record.
Exactly.
That's my
The
point.
Jets. The Jets
That's my
twice.
that's my point. That's my point. And the Jets are playing pretty well right now with Mike White.
I'm sorry, Aaron. I didn't hear
I
you.
mean,
I was saying Flores got a bad rep last year. He went 10-6, didn't make the playoffs. That's
he
some-
got screwed
I want
last
to be
year.
honest. That's some bullshit.
screwed.
That's some grade A bullshit.
Before the season started, I heard this podcast and I was in denial about it, but it has been proven itself to be 100% true. And the guy was basically, they were talking about the Dolphins, and the guy was basically like, the Dolphins defense is not as good as their numbers say they are.
yeah.
And he basically was explaining that there's like sticky stats and not sticky stats, right? Like for rushing, it's like the difference between tracking yards per carry and total yardage and like percentage of touches on third down. And he's going through like these stats stay consistent year over year. These stats don't. Where the Dolphins were absolutely over the top elite was in turnovers. They gave up a ridiculous amount of yardage last year, but they always got the stop when they needed to. They were the second best third down defense in football, and their turnover ratio was the best in the NFL. And the guy was basically like, those are both great stats, but they're the least sticky stats that exist on defense. He's like, so when you look at all the stats that are sticky, they're really not that good. They just get a ton of turnovers, and they were great on third down this year. And sure as fucking shit, they're the second worst third down defense in the league right now. I don't think the Chiefs are the worst, actually.
No, third down.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
We
not
just-
that
I
was
would
not
be
the
honest,
Chiefs.
Teams don't get to
probably
third down a
Bears,
lot.
man.
Do you
And
know
they're
what-
not creating turnovers outside of Xavier and Howard. Nobody fucking can get a
Oh,
You
turnover.
know,
Great
you know what I thought was
turnovers.
funny when they were talking about the game today on Good Morning Football or one of those ESPN NFL shows. And this is the first time, I think they said in like 12 years, that the power rankings were the number 31 team plays number 32. The two worst teams in the league right
Us
now.
and the Texans?
Yes.
That's fair.
Because the Jets jumped up
that
with their
depends
win.
on that. Yeah, that depends
Yes,
on
but
rankings.
still,
I haven't
but-
seen the
Well,
Dolphins.
again, I think we all agree that was a hiccup last week.
Well, I haven't
But
seen the
still.
Dolphins at 31 anywhere.
Yeah,
Either.
no. But I'm saying it's crazy to think like these
Who the
teams,
fuck? The NFL Network has the Dolphins ranked 31 in power ranking. No, they don't. I watched NFL Network today. They're not 31. This must be one random guy. They found
one piece of
shit.
whatever it was.
Fuck that.
But-
WalkerFootball.com.
Fuck whoever
But it was
said that
it was
shit.
it was so funny.
The
and I
Dolphins
was
are not
like,
the second to worst team in football. You all can fuck yourselves. I'm quitting the show. All right, Aaron. I'm not even
I mean,
gonna
but
say
it's
it.
how do you say because the Texans gave the Patriots a game. They should have won the Patriots game.
The worst teams in football are the
They're
Lions, the
fucking
Texans, and the fucking
flirting with
Jags.
one another.
Anyway, here we go.
You're popping your
No,
shit.
I was
Yeah,
I was about to say something to Colby.
Yeah.
I won't say
Colby
no.
and I thought about something, a prop for you, and you got to bring it next week.
What is it? This is.
I don't remember.
Your wife.
What the
No.
fuck?
I will fucking throat punch. you.
It's a tool you use for your son, you specifically.
You.
And we talked about bringing it on the show for Aaron and the impact that it would have.
I may have been
I will
very drunk
flip
during
No.
this
If
conversation.
this is an insult, I will flip this fucking table over.
I'll have to go back and.
What is it?
Oh, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I'll bring it.
You got to bring it next week.
Fuck you pieces of shit, man.
All right.
Fuck.
Like, I remember
Chargers-
that conversation. I just completely forgot.
Chargers at
Well,
Eagles.
say it now.
No, oh no.
It'll be a surprise.
Because
Yeah.
I'll flip the fucking table over.
No.
He might.
He might.
It's just not
Fuck you,
fucking-
piece.
Totally worth it.
Uh,
All right. Chargers at Eagles. It's a pick'em game. Chargers by 1.5. Put your phone away, you fucking cocksucker. We all took the Chargers except for Colby, who took the Eagles. What about the Eagles? Do you like in this game?
I just think the Chargers are coming back to reality.
I like
the Chargers have not been playing good football.
I
this
like
past
the
few
colors of the uniform.
Yeah, that's a fucking
I don't know.
Aaron
I
Madden
think,
move right there.
I think
It is.
Justin
You
Herbert.
gotta dress. You listen. You gotta dress for success.
I appreciate that.
Let's roll one.
Packers.
I think Justin Herbert's just had some shitty games lately, but I think
So is
he's-
Mahomes.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
what I'm
say,
saying.
Every
I mean,
quarterback goes through a shitty
Yeah,
stint. I mean,
I think
Josh
he's-
Allen's first few years in the league.
Oh
was
my
shit.
God, I was not happy.
I
at
don't think the
first.
Eagles are ready for success.
I don't think they're ready.
I don't think they're
Beating
ready.
the Chargers isn't
Quite
success. I
frankly.
mean, the Chargers are going to finish a hair over 500 this year,
They
probably.
were playing
And the
so
Eagles
good.
won't.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're going to finish over
The
500.
Chargers
if they
were
beat
playing
the
so
Chargers.
good at the beginning of the season, though. Like,
They were playing.
I mean, Mike
Okay.
Williams was one of the
They're
best
just
receivers
losers.
in the-
That's the problem.
Who?
Like the Chargers. Last year they
I mean,
won 2
yeah.
games.
I know.
They're,
A historically
But again,
good
they're-
quarterback,
Yeah,
and they
their
lost doing
team
2
is-
fucking games.
There's so much talent on
They
that
do.
They gotta
That's
throw.
what I'm
Like,
saying.
they
They're
should be thriving.
exactly,
Yeah.
but they're losers. Like that's exactly my point. It's
So
like the
that's
Browns.
mentality.
It's
That's
the fucking
mentality,
Browns,
man.
right? Like the Browns on paper are so fucking good.
and they're
But at the end of the day, they're the fucking Browns.
Exactly.
Like,
The Chargers are just losers. You take Philip Rivers off the team, you become fucking losers.
Philip Rivers said
He'd
he
go
would
to the
take a phone
Saints.
Call from the Saints.
Yeah, he'd go to the
We should
Saints. I
probably
saw
do
that.
Would you take him over
Taysom?
Taysom Hill
Oh yeah.
all day?
Who wouldn't?
100% wouldn't take him
wouldn't?
over Jameis Winston,
No,
but I think I'd take him
But
over
I take him
Taysom.
over Taysom Hill. Do I think that they could make a run?
I want
for
to
the
see
playoffs?
Simeon
Absolutely.
back out there, man.
I liked him against.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
looked
never
good.
gotten a
He
fair
was
shot.
good on the
He
Broncos.
signed that massive
He was not
contract. No, he was terrible.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
He signed that massive contract.
How many Broncos games?
Didn't live up to it. Disappeared,
You
and now he's
obviously-
resurfacing.
To sign a massive contract, you have to play well.
Where did he
For a
sign a
little
massive
bit.
contract?
You gotta play to win.
With the Broncos.
That wasn't him. That
Yes,
was
it
the
was.
fucking other dude.
No, I'm thinking about the Texans,
Osweiler.
and I
That
am
was
thinking
Yeah,
about
I was like
Osweiler.
Simeon.
You're welcome, guys.
Trevor
You're welcome
Simeon
to the
was
guy with
playing.
Nailed
fucking
it.
eidetic
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah, you're right. Nailed it.
Simeon played well with
You're
the
right.
Broncos.
You're right.
That was just such
I
a
was
dumb
thinking
fucking
about
comment.
He was playing
Yeah,
well
it
with
was.
it. He was playing good.
If he was playing
Cardinals-
well with the Broncos, he'd still be on the Broncos because they haven't had shit at quarterback since Manning.
This was the most surprising line to me of the week.
Hmm.
Cardinals at 49ers.
My mind was blown.
Right? Cardinals by 1?
But they're
By
assuming
at least
Kyler
seven.
Murray's not playing.
He's fucking playing.
100% he's playing. I think the reason his ankle hurts so much at the end of the game is because he threw that interception. I think he faked that limp. a
Oh,
little
you
bit
know,
more
he was
than
hurt.
normal.
He was
Because he's
hurt.
carrying
But,
a
but it
fucking-
doesn't
But that-
matter.
that
You
limp
can
was a
lock
little
up.
bit more-
Coming from somebody who has lived a life of ankle injuries, you lock that shit up, and who gives a fuck?
Let me
You're
ask you a
fine.
question. If he throws that touchdown pass, does he limp on the field?
Yes.
Get the
No,
fuck.
he just got glass ankles. It ain't-
Listen,
it ain't enough.
Dude,
If
I've caught so
Kyler-
many
if
fucking.
Yeah, I was saying, I
Kyler
didn't realize
Murray-
you're an NFL
If
quarterback.
Kyler
No,
Murray,
I'm not. But do you know how many times
if
I've like
AJ Green decides to actually
AJ
play,
Oh,
Green's
he's
on the
cutting you
COVID.
off. He's
No,
shitting
AJ
you
Green's
right
on
now.
the
That's a shit.
if he decides to play,
to not have
And not-
COVID
Yeah.
anymore?
and
if he
no,
gets-
but I'm saying is if he decided,
If COVID allows him to play.
if AJ Green decided to
You're
play,
talking about the play in the end of that game?
yes,
That wasn't him not deciding. They weren't on the same page. He was actively blocking. He thought it was going underneath
Somebody
him.
pulled his controller.
Yeah.
So,
It was just
someone
bad.
He's like-
connected their Xbox.
They just weren't on the same page because AJ Green didn't just not pay attention. He was blocking for
Yes.
a guy behind him that didn't exist.
I agree. They were off the thing, but I'm
I'll
saying
tell
is
you what
that
happens.
if
AJ Green
Kyler
used to be
Murray-
converted to a tight end.
if
That's-
Ky-
that's
if
how you-
Kyler
I've seen
Murray-
it. I've seen it.
if
done
Kyler
it.
Murray
I've done
makes
it.
that throw and AJ Green makes the touchdown catch, Kyler Murray is not limping off the field. He's running off the field.
No, you're
He's
wrong.
not
Yeah,
faking
that's-
it.
He's hurt. He's genuinely hurt.
100%. But he's not. He's not.
He's
He's not
arguing with
making
Your
it
argument
right.
is your argument
Are you
is that he would have
arguing
so much
yourself
adrenaline that he wouldn't be limping.
Yes.
Maybe,
Yes.
but he's still on the injury report with the same exact injury and the same exact diagnosis. So who gives a
This is
fuck
some-
if he's
this-
limping
I
off?
don't
the
He
field
made
or
it
not?
worse than it was because he threw the.
No,
interception.
he didn't.
100%.
If what you're saying is true, that he
This
wouldn't
is-
have limped if he had thrown it. It is not because he
Because this is
faked
real
it. It is
conversation.
because
Thank you,
fucking
Colby.
the adrenaline would push him 10 more minutes without limping.
Adrenaline.
Yes, the adrenaline.
A Dremel.
I did
Adrenaline.
not say. We will replay this shit. I
It's-
said
you
it
said
perfectly
adrenaline.
clear.
It is a
You
adrenaline.
Titans
dropped
at-
an M in that.
Titans at Rams. Rams by 7.5. I'm the only one who took the Titans.
I just took the Rams. If Derrick Henry was there, I probably would have taken
Yeah.
the Titans.
Fine,
Yeah.
but as good as Derrick Henry is, they're so one running back focused that we don't even know how fucking good, how much of it is the line and not Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Who knows what two good wide receivers?
Do you know what? Okay.
Yes, I'm talking about the running game. I think their run block is so fucking good.
Do you want to know what? Do you want to know what a passing team is on Tennessee?
What?
It's the Miami Dolphins 5 years ago.
I'm not talking about the passing game. I'm saying that I think any running back in that offense is going to exceed expectations.
Tannehill is where he is today because of Derrick Henry.
Who said Tannehill?
I got students crying because they don't have McDonald's.
That's
what I'm.
But it's
we're
true.
all talking too much.
It's true. Tannehill.
We got two more
I just figured
games.
you guys were having your own conversation.
No, Tannehill is where he is today because of Derrick Henry. He doesn't have to. I mean, and he has AJ Brown, who is
you're arguing with yourself. I agree with you.
We all agree with you, but
you take Derrick Henry
talk
away.
About the important discussion right here, and that's Anthony's growing his beard out. Santa Claus for Christmas? Yes or no?
Derrick, if I had your body, yes.
Dude,
this hot ass body.
Dude, you don't even want to fucking go there, bro.
Are we doing the weigh-in?
You got more cheese.
Are we doing?
How about
we do an arm wrestle?
Are we doing the weigh-in on the show?
Right now?
I will do a weigh-in next week.
Next week.
Oh my
He's
God.
gonna feverishly.
That's fine. That's fair.
Listen, I know how to cut weight too.
You know what? Do a weigh-in with no bullshit tricks.
I know.
I will do a. Dude, I wake up fucking every morning and bust my ass.
I wake up
like fucking,
every day for the last 3 weeks of my life. Simmer down.
You guys can clown on me. All you fucking.
No one is
here we
clowning
go.
on you.
Here we
No one is
go.
clowning on you.
We're gonna have another Aaron
eat
moment.
that shit for fucking breakfast, bro.
No one is clowning on you, and I don't know if
I don't
Colby
give a
has ever
fucking
lifted
shit.
a weight in his life after the 2 years he
He
played high
doesn't
school
need to with
football.
arms like this.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But I will say this. I will say this. You flexed on me the other day,
Ooh.
and I'm proud of you. I genuinely am proud of you. Not just for the weight loss, but also
There's absolutely gonna be a butt in this shit.
I squeezed his bicep, and it was a genuine bicep. It was pretty impressive.
You pieces of fucking shit.
Here is the
That's
but.
shit.
Here's the but. Anthony was a roid head back in the day and owned a GNC and lifted weights for days.
That's why I said no cheeky bullshit.
And I have fucking lifted
he's
weights. I've worked out my entire life. You're 3 weeks.
I'm over a month, man.
Fine. Your, let's say, year. Your 1 year.
I'm not saying
still isn't
great,
gonna.
man. But this fucking dude's a roid head. I do shit all
This was an
natural.
arm wrestling thing I was saying. This wasn't whatever.
Dude,
I was
he's gonna live in a sweatsuit for the next 7 years.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I want
ketamine.
to see a physical competition here, not just a step on a scale. I want to see.
How about reaching for something that's really high up?
Well, I'm not going to play that game. I think Colby wins that automatically.
How about we do that
But I
thing?
told him.
What's that thing trending right now where everyone takes a sticky note and whoever can put it high, they jump up and put it highest.
Jump up the wall? I actually might have a fucking chance in that one.
Yeah, I'm like
I'm not
Shaq.
that
He's just tall. He
agile.
can't really
I'll
jump high.
bite onto that.
I gotta get about that.
I'm
after
Muggsy
breakfast.
Bogues.
Yeah.
Did you see it? I just watched it the other day.
It's
It
not
was,
on TikTok.
it was
Muggsy
so funny. It
Bogues
was
is
like
a
they were
BG.
all doing it. They were all doing it, and the little grandma
It's
goes
my
like,
height. We're the same height.
the little grandma like goes up, takes a sticky note, puts it on the bottom of the wall, and then goes to the camera and turns it upside down. And she's like,
I didn't see that one.
I'm
Very
so,
cute
I'm
video.
So far behind. I just saw the little girl that says I smell like beef today. Did anyone else see that?
No, I haven't
No.
seen that
Some
one.
little girl that says
Maybe
I
you're
smell
the
like
first
beef.
one to see it then. Maybe it's like.
I don't know, man. I work with a
All
lot
right.
of young people. I'm old.
We all took the Rams to win. I took the Titans to not lose by 7.5. I think the Titans are a good fucking team, and
They
I don't
are.
care that Derrick Henry is not there because as good as Derrick Henry is, my point wasn't that Derrick Henry isn't the team. He is the team. But I also think the backup running back can be the team. I think that line is so good and their schemes are so good that any running back, any NFL running back you put back there is going to have success. Not as much success, but enough.
What
Enough
about
to
putting
not
me back there. How many yards did you give me?
-4.
yeah.
That's I'll take it.
A concussion.
I'm buying.
Yeah. How many yards do you give me? How
Listen,
about how many plays do I give you? 2.
When McNichols is on, which is the backup court, when he's on the field, they don't even run the ball to him. They throw the ball to him.
They're gonna have to change that up, man.
Yeah, it's a different
Obviously,
team. It's a different team. Do you remember how bad the Titans looked when they didn't funnel the fucking game through the running back? And then they started doing it, and now they're great.
Are
again.
you watching Derrick Henry run? He gets
He's
hit at the line every time.
Goddamn
runner, dude.
hero.
He's a
That's
fucking
what I'm saying.
When he runs, he's fucking running like he fucking stole
You guys
something.
are acting like he's not getting
Yeah, with some fucking goddamn 5-pound crab leg in his goddamn hands.
Have you seen McNichols? He's half the size of Henry.
I've never heard of Mickey.
Henry
What about
gets
Adrian
hit.
Peterson?
He gets hit the line. He gets hit at the line every time. And he keeps going.
What about
Dude,
Adrian
look at
Peterson?
fucking Khalil Herbert, dude, on the Bears.
How's this going to the
Five
Bears?
fucking-
Always
five
back
fucking-
to the
Yo,
Bears.
fuck you, piece of
Speaking
shit.
of the Bears,
Yeah.
Bears at Steelers.
Bears.
Steelers laying 6. Do you genuinely believe that the Bears will win, or are you being a good fan? And
You know what?
No disrespect whatsoever. Hold on, wait.
I
Shut the
love
fuck
him.
up. I didn't ask you.
I love him for this.
I just want to know.
I love him for this.
I want to know if you saw enough from
Orange and-
Fields.
Orange and navy through and through. But I will say this: I'm hoping Nagy
Still has COVID.
still has COVID. Maybe gets arrested on the way to the game.
Maybe he drives
Un-
156 miles
Maybe
an hour
not.
down the
Maybe
side
not.
road.
Doesn't kill it, though.
Doesn't hurt anyone.
Doesn't hurt anyone, but still gets pulled over. And real coaches can coach that game. And I think that the Bears can take it
You've
away.
picked the Bears every time this year.
Dude, I will never not pick them.
I
I'm
love him for
curious
that.
if you had,
I don't give a fuck if I win or lose. I go Bears.
Do you know why I love him?
I'm-
Do you know why I love him for
but
that?
if you had,
Because
to
it doesn't
choose.
matter. He's gonna because I've watched you pick against the Dolphins half the time this year.
Okay, and I've been right half the
I
time
know.
because they're terrible.
This is a real fan right here.
I get shit for fucking shit.
No, I
love the
Vinny
fact.
gives me shit for fucking speaking shit on
I
the Bears,
love the fact
but I
that
will
you do
pick
that.
them to win every fucking
I
game.
love the fact that you do that.
All right,
I just want you guys to sword fight right now.
2 points here.
Oh,
You're absolutely correct. That is 100% valid point.
I will shit
I
on
break
them,
your balls, but you always pick
but
them
I
to
always
win,
pick them to
and I
win.
respect that. Here's my second point. If you can't separate your fandom from fantasy football or from picks, then you are a goddamn amateur.
Goddamn Bears down.
He's
Showtime, Mike. Where you at, bro?
not with us. He's not here.
He's got the COVID.
I
fifth
saw.
time.
I went and saw DJ Mike at work,
You did.
and it was
And you sent me a
Was it
video, a
magical?
picture.
magical. It was
you
glorious.
guys locked eyes and you're like,
Did he have the COVID at
Oh,
that time?
locked eyes.
He gets the
got-
COVID a
We
lot.
tied our
I think you
dicks
just beat
dicks
me.
into a knot.
I think he had just beaten it for the third time.
God bless.
He's the
God
only
bless
person
him.
I know
All
that
right.
got COVID 3 times. And
This show was a disaster.
that was the last.
Burning in flames.
The last game.
That was the last game.
We
That's a Monday
love
Night
you
Football?
guys.
Fucking
Yeah,
flames.
better.
You guys are Monday Night Football?
Are we Monday Night
Yeah,
Football?
you must be, 'cause
Holy
that's what read
fucking
last.
he
shit,
calls
bro.
himself a fan.
Yeah,
Bears,
Orange and
Best
blue.
fan ever.
yeah, the last
They are
one. It
Monday.
must be.
They are Monday.
All right.
Wow.
Well, we'll see you next week. Let's talk about this live in the air to our 0 fans.
We got a lot of
Thank you
I
for
want to
sticking with us so
start.
long.
I want to start doing a punishment every week.
We need to spice shit up, man.
Yeah.
We really got to.
Those are our best shows. They're the most fun. They're the most engaging. They're the most watched. They're the best in every
I think hands down the
measurable way.
Because you guys are dry as fucking.
So
I got
we've talked about
I love butter. I mean,
we've talked about doing it. Let's do it. Let's score our picks. Whoever does the worst in their picks each week gets a punishment.
Let's do it.
You in? You guys in for next week? We'll try it out.
I don't
You
want
in?
to get a goddamn chip.
But what's
I
the
don't wanna-
punishment?
Oh, I want.
We'll talk
We'll
about
figure
it.
it
No,
out. Figure it out.
We should come up with a punishment
Right
on the show.
now?
Yes.
Here was my thought on the punishments.
So we can't like
We have a bowl of punishments.
Yes.
That's
That was literally-
no,
Yeah.
but no. Let's.
I think
the
we should make a
punishments.
list of a bunch of punishments that we're
We-
all like, yes,
we
they're
know.
bad,
You know
but
what?
not
From
ridiculous.
our viewers that don't watch, give us your fucking suggestions.
Do you want to sit here for 4.5 hours?
do-
and
Let's
talk?
just do this. Next week we'll play it easy. Shot of sweet remove. Loser takes a shot of sweet remove.
What?
That's fucking disgusting.
Oh, dude,
Is that what
don't
we're
make that
doing?
noise. That's gonna make
Oh,
that's
God.
gonna make me yark. Don't do that noise.
Is that what it's gonna be?
It's an easy one because it's disgusting. It's terrible.
It's got to be something we could do in here.
Yeah, you get this.
Because otherwise, like,
you have
ordeal.
a bottle of sweet vermouth, you pour a shot, and then whoever fucking.
I know what the fuck a shot of
Come
sweet
on.
vermouth is,
Wow.
Colby. It just seems like a dumb punishment. When do they take the
Dumbishment,
shot?
if you will.
Let's do this.
We
A
can
shot
start
of
the show
sweet,
with it.
a shot of sweet vermouth
With a cum float.
mixed with a beer bomb.
The beer.
I can't.
Who
We're-
even
we're gonna-
has a beer
We're
bomb?
gonna get one. We'll get one for the show.
No, Aaron can't do a beer
I
bomb.
can't.
Yeah, he can't do it.
All right, here's
I
my
used to, and I would.
Here's what
that should be a fucking milk for me, a walk in the park. But
here's what I'd like to propose aside from next week. I'm fine with the shot of vermouth.
You
Yeah.
have to like undo your thing so you can start drinking with us.
Oh, hey, ruin
Hey,
your
doctors,
life.
Just
Yeah,
fucking
hey,
add
ruin
that
your life
80%
for
of
us.
stomach you took out and throw it
Oh,
back
they cut
in.
the whole stuff. They didn't put the two.
No, dude, I didn't
You
get
gotta
the
cut
cut
off.
off. They fucking.
Oh wow.
All
All right,
right,
you got the
that's
excuse
gone.
why you can't.
Here's
drink
what I'd
this
like to
asshole
do.
just doesn't drink.
Yeah.
we make a
But
list.
Yet every week you show up.
We make a list, and on the list, we all vote as to whether it should be in play or not.
Anthony's slapping his mic.
He's
Dick.
angry over there.
Like it's yours.
So
Ooh.
we all come up with,
In the mouth if it's his.
maybe we all come up with like 5 or 10 punishments. We vote on them. If 3 people say it's in, it's in. And then throughout the season, 3 times you can say no, next punishment. So that way,
Right.
even if there's some punishments in there that you're like, no, I'm not eating another chip, you have 3
I'm not
times
eating
throughout the year. But if you think about it, there's 17 weeks. There's 4 of
Maybe I'll
us.
eat
So you
another chip.
figure
I
you're
don't know.
probably
You know
going
what? I
to
lost 3 pounds the next day. Maybe
do.
I'll
You know what?
Oh,
You-
God.
This is 2 minutes
Fuck
from
it.
now, Aaron's going to be like, let me get one of those chips.
Whenever
It's gonna be the day
I'll do
before
a
the
pop-
show
I'll do a
next
pop-
week.
Yeah.
Day before
Let me
the
get one of
weigh-in.
those weight loss chips. All
I
right.
sweated a lot.
All right. So, fine. He's right. We'll come up with that on the spot so there's no like cheating off the air
Yeah.
here. We'll do sweet vermouth this week.
Oh.
And then offline, we're going to come up with a list of punishments.
For
And-
next week's show.
And for next week's show, we're going to announce who the loser was from last week. And after we do our show, at the
So
end
it's
of it,
based off win loss over games.
yes,
Is it based
I'm
off
gonna
of
go
the
spread,
spread?
spread.
It's based off
spread. Yeah, it's always the spread.
Anthony's butt cheeks.
All right. So we'll see you next week. We'll promote that show a little bit because that should be a fun one.
Yeah.
One of
Well,
us
the
is going to.
punishment. Someone's gonna be fucking miserable next week.
Yeah.
And I think that's what everyone wants to see.
Oh.
Exactly. That's what I want.
What about this weight loss fucking thing?
Yeah, you guys seem to have a little
So
sidebar here.
so here's my thing, because I've been honestly thinking about that, and I know I've been teasing you about you being fat. And I feel bad because I've been.
No,
you
you
don't.
don't. No, you
Fucking
I-
bad.
No, you
Fuck
don't.
you guys! I do feel bad
You
about
think
teasing
I
Anthony.
care?
Dude, Vinny called me and was like, "Yo, Anthony's really shook about you teasing him."
He told me he does that, and then you tell me that Vinny calls you, and then it's like you two go back and forth about who's saying what.
By the way, no one calls one another. I just love the fact that we get in his head
Yeah.
like that. Rent free, $3.99, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I call Vinny. I'm like, you motherfucker. Why would you say it to Aaron? He's like, I never talked to Aaron. I'm like,
Well, you need to lead into that shit, Vinny.
Get my name out your
you
mouth.
do the
you know?
same thing with Colby. Colby
I
calls-
I do that shit a lot.
Colby calls Vinny and was like, what the fuck? Why are you making that? Why come to make that trade? He's
Yeah,
like,
Colby goes, why'd you cock block my trade? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, Aaron said that you both. I was like, that fucking piece of shit. He never sent me any fucking. He never asked me a question about a trade.
I love you all.
Yeah.
oh.
You just use
Yeah.
my fantastic reputation.
Okay.
And
dude,
you
now
just-
you guys absorb this in right now.
I totally am.
Listen,
You fucking use my flawless reputation to manipulate my friends into making shitty trades for you.
Did anything get manipulated?
Clearly,
not with the shitty trade.
because
you
they
make.
know that I
I
don't.
don't make.
They know
fucking
that I
shitty
don't fuck
trades.
around. I don't play favorites when it
You
comes to
make
trade
shitty
analysis.
trades.
I do not make shitty trades.
Oh my god.
Historically, I would agree with you, but I think he's been fine lately.
For the
You
past
sent a
fucking
worse
year-
trade to
yeah,
Colby
you
than Aaron
did,
did.
dude.
What did I send to you?
Oh, I don't even remember that.
I mean, either.
I'm sure
but I
not.
remember you being like, "Listen to this fucking bullshit."
Yeah, Colby
And it was-
texted me on
and it
that
was
too.
you.
It's true.
Dude. I'm
I
like,
think
yeah,
you
that's
also. I
Anthony.
think you also sent him a ridiculous.
I never sent it.
Well, he sent me his whole team for my whole team.
one.
Yeah, I offered
Hey,
you,
let's
I offered you
swap
Brady
teams.
for Murray. Had you
Let's
taken
swap
that fucking
teams.
trade, had you fucking taken that trade,
Who?
I would have been fucked, not you.
Who? You took
Colby.
what? What was the trade?
It was like Murray, Chubb, Keenan Allen, and somebody else.
You would have had more wins by now had you taken that trade.
All right. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. We're back on schedule. We'll be here weekly.
Consequence next week.
We're moving into our new model next week. You get to see somebody drink one of the most disgusting shots a person could drink.
Send me Anthony. And he's going to be like, I can't drink this.
You took the Bears over the Steelers. You're drinking.